Just onto that police announcement today, how much of that is a federal responsibility? Isn't much of this reliant on the states?
So Operation Safer Communities is a $750 million package that will be right around the country. The most important element of that, and you'll be hearing more about that later today from the leader, the most important element of that, though, is a $355 commitment to drug enforcement and organised crime task force. Now, this means that there will be AFP officers in every single state, and we will also have a coordinated approach to financial crime, to financial investigators and prosecutors, so they can tackle organised crime where it hurts, in their hip pocket, making sure that we have the opportunity to access their wealth. This will make organised crime far less attractive in Australia. And let's face it, it's organised crime that is driving the antisocial behaviours that we're seeing in our streets and in our communities. It's organised crime that's feeding the dependence cycle, that's seeing people invade our homes, steal our cars, and essentially peddle drugs to our children. This is unacceptable. It has to be tackled at the source. That is very much a federal response.
Okay.
You know, when I've been knocking on doors, and I have been telling you that the cost of living is the #1 issue, every single time, though, crime keeps coming up over and over again. As recently as Saturday, I met a woman in Kew, so this is the teal seat of Kooyong, that has said that she had her car stolen 3 times in the last 12 months out of her driveway, that she feels unsafe in her home and has set up the most elaborate security system. This is not an uncommon response. Everywhere I go, crime seems to be that groundswell issue that makes people fear to be in their own communities. That's not good enough.
A couple of final ones here. Have you got a defence announcement, a defence spend that will come before Anzac Day this week?
I think that is being widely reported, and it is very important to make sure that in these very uncertain times that we are keeping Australians safe. Well, I'll leave that up to the leader. As I said, it's a career-limiting move to make announcements before the leader does. But I think you can safely say that you know, for the last few months, you know, Anthony Albanese has been telling us that we live in the most uncertain and precarious geopolitical times since World War II. And yet he has done nothing about it. The first responsibility of a government is to keep its citizens safe, and the second is to keep its economy strong. On those 2 benchmarks, Anthony Albanese has failed and will continue to do so.
If you lose this election, will you junk your nuclear plans?
Pete, I'm not going to get into, you know, picking over the entrails of a chicken that hasn't been gutted. Quite frankly, we're here to win an election, and every time we speak to people on the streets, they tell us that what Anthony Albanese has been offering simply isn't good enough. Australians have seen their standard of living go backwards in the last 3 years, backwards by around 8%, the sharpest and deepest falls to people's standard of living ever recorded in this country, faster and further than any other developed nation. That's not good enough. People are crying out for a change. They want something different. Peter Dutton and the Liberal and National team are offering something different, a genuine chance to get ahead, to tackle the cost of living at its source, to fight crime on our streets, to make sure that we bring down the cost of housing, make affordable homes accessible to more Australians, to bring down the cost of energy, and to deliver the essential services, including healthcare, that Australians expect and deserve.
Okay. Jane Hume, thanks as always for your time. We'll chat to you again next week. And just a planning note here, folks, 2 critical debates are up this week. On Wednesday, we are live from the Liberals' most marginal seat nationwide, Menzies in Melbourne. Then on Thursday, the Greens, Labor and LNP do battle for Brisbane. 2 big battleground debates that will be live here on Sky.